Okay, well, I have finally brought you this video after probably about a month of promising it. It's been from a combination of school, which just let out 2 weeks ago, and the fact that before that I had a shit ton of schoolwork I had to get done. So, I'm actually on my main account for this video, despite having a level 1000 account with much better gear, weapons, all sorts of stuff. But it's not even technically mine because it is a modded account. It's not technically mine, and I didn't feel like putting my personal info on there to link it to my YouTube, because yeah, that's just not how I roll. But as the title will display, this is why I think Black Ops 3 is overall a good game with some flaws. Okay. This might be a bit of a shorter video, unlike Fortnite, because I don't have much to rant about when it comes to this game, and I don't really have I don't have a lot of bad things to say about this game, other than one prime component. But other than that, everything is actually pretty damn good and solid with this game, honestly. Start with the weapons. So, other than them being supply drop weapons, all the weapons actually feel really nice. They sound really nice. They play especially well, although there have been some really busted guns in the past. I feel like most of the guns at this point are pretty damn balanced. Unlike the XMC. The XMC is just kind of broken, to be honest with you. I think everyone can agree with that. However, with that almost perfect balance, there are a few exceptions. Number one, the XMC. I think even after the nerf, it's still one of the best SMGs in the game, and I feel like a lot of people would agree with me in that aspect. Yeah. I'm gonna try something I haven't done before. If you do see some text or some little overlay stickers, I guess, throughout the video, I'm trying to try something new with the overlays / special effects kind of stuff. Trying to see how well that works out in the actual video. So this video is going to be kind of a test for that, to see if I can maybe use it in the future effectively. But yeah, that's it for that. Back to the weapon balances. So yeah, I think the weapon balancing is overall solid, but as I was saying, there are a few busted weapons. Number one, the XMC. Number two, I feel like yeah, it's only really the XMC, to be honest, now that I think about it. The only other weapon that's kind of remotely busted is the PPSH or Peacekeeper, one of those. I feel like they're top tier in their class, even over the base weapons. I feel like now in this game's life cycle, they're trying to make it to where the weapons are pretty much equal to their base game counterparts, or the base game counterparts better. Now, so now we're gonna move on to one that doesn't really go over how good the game is, but this is just a personal opinion little part of the video of mine. My favorite weapon in BO3. Now, this is a tough choice because I love almost all the weapons in BO3, including some of the even shittier ones that don't really make much sense, like the pizza slicer. I love that gun. To be honest, one of my favorite weapons in Black Ops 3 is the FAMAS. Mainly because it still feels like the FAMAS from Black Ops 1, but it's not as overpowered, which I am happy about. Don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean it's not a good gun. It's a good gun, but people who used or mained the FAMAS from BO1 will definitely notice a pretty major difference in the way the gun feels and works and things like that. They will definitely notice. It feels like it has way more recoil than the original FAMAS. Way more sway to the right side, seems. Yeah, other than that, it's a pretty damn good gun. I like it. High fire rate. Decent damage for what it is. Yeah, decent mag size. You're probably going to want to extend the mags, though, because of that higher fire rate. Yeah, it's one of my favorites, but yeah, my actual, like, real #1 favorite is the PPSH. Despite not actually owning the PPSH on either of my accounts, I've used it from dead bodies off the ground plenty of times, and my god, do I love the PPSH. It's such a fun gun to use. And yes, it is overpowered in a sense, yes, but it is really fun to use, especially with a fucking drum mag. It is so fun. It's such a fun ass and good gun, dude, and I love it. I feel like most of the high fire rate. Okay, so I would describe the PPSH as kind of like a better Vesper with a bigger magazine size. It's equal to the Vesper in pretty much every aspect except for the magazine size. That's the only real difference they have. I mean, sure, the Vesper has a faster fire rate, but other than fire rate and magazine size, they're pretty much equal. Yeah, that's it for that section. Let's talk about what do I want to talk about now? The actual gameplay. Okay. Well, it is a boots on the ground Call of Duty. No, fuck me, I'm stupid as hell. No, Black Ops 3 is not a fucking boots on the ground Call of Duty. Okay, sorry about that. That's what happens when you do commentary like this. Yeah. Oh god, I'm never gonna live that down. Black Ops 3, a boots on the ground Call of Duty. Jesus Christ. No, it's a jetpack Call of Duty is what I meant to say. It's a jetpack Call of Duty. And out of all the jetpack games, I feel like Black Ops 3's, despite me liking Advanced Warfare System more, Black Ops 3's is by far the most polished. I think we can all agree on that. It is by far the most polished jetpack Call of Duty when it comes to the movement. It feels actually really nice and phenomenal to move. Oh my god, phenomenal. Oh, yeah, fuck it, phenomenal. There we go. It feels great to be able to move around like this in such a fluid and fast manner, which is what I like about it. I still like Infinite. I mean, nah, god damn it, Advanced Warfare's system better, where you actually have to stick with where you like jump. You can't just move out the way very easily or just zip to another location. It's not that easy. And Infinite Warfare system, it's pretty much the same, with maybe like one minute change that I didn't even notice, but other than that, it feels practically the same. Okay. The actual gameplay itself, it feels very fast, very fluid, and very good. I don't understand why I put a suppressor on the HG40 here, but yeah, I did. Back to what I was saying. The gameplay is really fast and really fluid, and it can kind of get your heart pumping at times if the situation is intense enough. Now, in this game, if you play good enough and you have the right weapon, you're going to be able to drop a massive streak. Now, I'm not one of those people who needs a DLC weapon to drop big fat streaks. I can drop streaks with a fucking KN or a Kuda. But in most cases, it is easier to drop streaks with a DLC weapon, considering there are some DLC weapons that are much better than the base game weapons, like the XMC, for example, or the HLX. I dropped a 53 bomb with that the other day, I think it was. It's the HLX is a really good weapon. I would recommend going after if you can. It has a really weird mechanic, but it's a good gun overall. Yeah, the streaks. Let's talk about the streaks. So, it's kind of your standard Call of Duty affair nowadays. You have the flying gunship that can get you a bunch of kills, like kind of like an AI chopper gunner in a sense, kind of like that, but it's AI operated. You have Hardened Sentry. You have Black Ops 3's representation of an AGR. You have that. You have UAVs, care packages, counter UAVs. You have the HCXD, except it's an RCXD, except it can jump high and wall run as well. You have the Dart, which is basically like a little hunter-killer drone that you manually operate, that has 3 missiles and it explodes on impact, which can get you a lot of kills if you use it the right place and the right time. I'm trying to remember all the streaks. Let me get a list of them real quick. Okay. Sorry if I came in a bit unprepared. That's just my personality. Okay. Yeah, you have the Guardian, which is basically like a big old toaster oven that you can move around the map that fries people. You have the Lightning Strike, which is basically just the precision airstrike from MW3 and, the Lightning Strike from BO2. It's the same idea, but honestly it's terrible in this game because you can just fucking exo jump away from the goddamn target zone. You have the Hellstorm, which is just a bit worse than it was in BO2, just because of the fact that you can exo jump out of the target zone of the Hellstorm. It's kind of the same way the Lightning Strike, but it's a bit better. As I was saying earlier, you have the Hardened Sentry, which is it's a futuristic sentry gun. I mean, there's nothing else really to it. And you have a futuristic representation of what an AGR is in 2065, I think it is. Then you have the Rolling Thunder, which is it's a carpet bombing strike by drones. It's basically a big fat old kamikaze strike across the map. It's a pretty interesting thing. You have the Talon, which is basically like the Vulture from Call of Duty Ghosts, but not a piece of shit. It guards your ass and shoots up enemies that come within any radius near it. As I was saying, you have the AI-controlled, basically chopper gunner that just shreds people, aka the Wraith, that also can protect itself against rockets via a flak drone that it has. Then you have, just like every other Call of Duty, you have the Hater, aka Blackbird, aka Orbital VSAT, that can be shot down. The fact that it can be shot down is kind of a disappointment, and it's honestly really annoying, and it makes it a bad streak, in my opinion. And you got the Raps, which are basically robotic doggies, but way more lethal. Because they will always kill you no matter what. Even if you exo jump like 50 feet in the air, the shit will still kill you. Then you have the Power Core, which is a placeable EMP. That is such a fucking stupid idea. I don't understand that one bit. Who would... Let me just go off on a bit of a tangent here. Who the fuck would want a placeable EMP that can just be destroyed at any time? That makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Then you got the GI unit, which is basically your squad mate from Call of Duty Ghosts, but robotic with a fucking machine gun that's hard to destroy. You can make it guard you, or you can set to patrol a specific area, which is good on something like Domination or Hardpoint. And then finally you have the Mothership, which is basically an enhanced version of a VTOL warship from Black Ops 2. It's a big ass ship with a big ass turret and fucking missile batteries that you can use. However, the Mothership can also be shot down rather easily. It doesn't take very much. With actual rocket launchers, it takes a decent bit of ammo. But if you have something like a Banshee, you can just shoot that thing down in one clip. It's gone. Yeah. There you go. That's all the streaks. I like the streaks. I think they're all pretty cool for the most part, except for a couple. Hater. Power core. Other than that, I think they're pretty damn decent. Okay. I've covered pretty much everything I wanted positively, so let's cover the negative shit. I.e., the motherfucking supply drops, the big kahunas themselves, the motherfucking supply drops. I hate fucking supply drops. I have only bought one bundle of supply drops in this game, and it was for $10 when the 20 set of supply drops was only $10. I thought, damn, I'm getting what was it? 2 supply drops for $1. God damn, that's a deal. You don't see Treyarch do this shit anymore. Fucking Black Ops 4. But yeah, it's a fucking terrible system. I absolutely hate it. It is so predatory, and the chances of you getting a goddamn weapon are so low. It is so fucking low. It's terrible how low the chances of getting a weapon are, because the supply drops are filled with just so much garbage. Just so much garbage. It's disgusting. And I mean, sure, you have daily, weekly contracts, hell, even special contracts that you can get that'll help you earn these weapons very slowly. But here's the thing. Without contracts, in order to get me a supply drop, I have to play about 15 matches while winning, while getting 2 cryptic keys each match. Each match usually lasts about, I'd say, 7 to 10 minutes. So let's just roll with 7 minutes, right? So 15 times 7 is about 90 minutes for one supply drop. And I've heard that it's about 30 supply drops where you're guaranteed a weapon after that. So let's just take that number. 90 times 30. So that's about 2,700 minutes you're looking at to get a weapon guaranteed. So let's turn that into hours. So roughly, to get a weapon, you're looking at about 45 hours of straight winning 2 cryptic keys each match without losing a single match, which is impossible. It's going to take you more around, I'd say, 75 to 100 hours to get one weapon. I can tell you that for a fact. Now, with my weapons I have on my main account, I've gotten very lucky. One of my weapons, no, I think at least half of the DLC weapons I have were from special contracts. The other half were from actually getting them from normal supply drops. Lucky me, I got the M16 out of a common supply drop. Lucky me. Yeah, it's going to take a very long time to unlock these things by just manually grinding, which is why buying supply drops is so enticing. because of how long it actually takes to get a weapon. And it's fucking terrible how long it takes. If anything, it should be more like fucking 20 hours, so people aren't pretty much victimized and forced into buying these goddamn godforsaken supply drops. Jesus Christ. Lord Gayark over there fucking ripping everybody off with their goddamn $2 supply drops. Jesus Christ. No, this big box is $50, right? I've never gotten one myself, but I've seen plenty of openings of these things. The average weapon count I've seen is about maybe 4 to 8. 100 supply drops, 4 to 8 weapons. That ratio is pathetic. That ratio is fucking pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. That just goes to show just how fucking terrible this system is. And how I wish it would have been fixed. Well, I'm done with my tangent here. Everything I listed before the supply drops was a bonus that I actually liked about the game. But after that, this whole supply drop thing was... It just pissed me off. But, I don't know what game I'm going to do next. I'll figure that out. But other than that, I'm going to end this video and this commentary here. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Peace the motherfuck out.